Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be not a project pan video, but also I don't think necessarily a tag video, because I don't think like anyone's ever done this or like tagged people in it. Regardless, it'll be a tag like video. Also, my window is open and the fan is on, so there's gonna be lots of background noise. Sorry, I'm gonna try to speak up. But this will be, as you can see from the title, if I lost all of my makeup. And I've been wanting to do this type of video for a very long time because this is one of my favorite tags on YouTube. Period. Like, I love watching this type of video because for me that shows me like what someone really truly values and isn't just saying they like it because they got it for free. Like, they would go out and purchase this if they lost all of their makeup, or something happened to all of their makeup, or if they were out of town and their makeup bag was gone. Whatever you want to frame it as, that's the kind of video I wanted to do. I wanted to do mine a little bit differently though, because if you don't know, I'm trying to be on more of a low buy this year because, you know, my budget is a little bit smaller than it has been in the past few years. So I've really been trying to not stop my spending, but be conscious of my spending and very intentional and careful with everything. So I wanted to try to challenge myself, like, if I only had $100 bill for whatever reason, or $100 gift card, what would I get? And not like break the bank. So I tried to keep everything under $100, but then I also was like, well, my makeup changes seasonally, so depending on what time of the year this random, you know, occurrence happened, whatever this fake scenario, it would definitely change a lot depending on the season and probably vacation. So I just decided to break this up into 2 different videos. So this will be if I only had $100, and for like the summer fall seasons, because more or less my makeup, with a few exceptions, my makeup tends to stay pretty similar from summer and fall, because that's where I mostly lean into like warmer tones and kind of like darker makeup, complexion makeup, because that's when I have my tan, in the summer and in the fall. And then I'll do another video once winter hits for my winter/spring makeup, because that's when I do most of my cooler tone looks and my skin is a lot lighter because, you know, I never see the sun. So hopefully I'll end up doing a part 2 of this, but for now, this is if I for some reason lost all of my makeup and had to replace it with only $100, this is what I would get right now. Last thing before I actually get into the video, because I can't seem to stop talking, before I made my actual list, I made my, like, you know, fairy tale list of if I didn't have a budget, and if I wasn't restricting myself by brand, because I am on a pause from buying from most brands at the moment. So this was like if there were no exclusions, and my total came out to be $270, and that was just like bare bones makeup collection from scratch. So I had to whittle everything down a lot, and I pretty much hit the mark. So the first thing that I would choose, of course, would be my Milani eyeshadow primer. And I have like my notes in front of me. This, at least on the site I looked at, this retails for $10. And this is just my tried and true favorite eyeshadow primer. Ever since I started watching Emily Noel is when I first discovered this, and I haven't looked back because it's never ever failed me once. And this would be a must. I want to always have this in my makeup collection. That's already 10% of the budget, so that's a little concerning. So I'll just say this, I'm not going to go over my like fantasy collection, but the one thing I will mention is I originally wanted the Sigma Ambiance palette in my collection, and that is over $50. So I realized I can't have a $50 eyeshadow palette, so I went for you know, the other extreme and chose a $3 eyeshadow palette, which is actually in my project level up at the moment. I just like this past week uploaded my updates, so no spoilers in here. But this is the pumpkin pie quad, like the bite-sized quad from e.l.f. Cosmetics. And I think even though this is not my favorite formula ever, it's decent. It's not bad at all. And this is a great color selection for summer and fall, because you have, you know, your like warm tones with like this matte and this metallic, and then you have like kind of a neutral brown to deepen things up, and then you have your classic gold like bronzy color. So this could be better for like an everyday color if you don't want to go too warm, but you still have those warm and like earthy tones for summer and fall. So this pretty much has everything you would need for basics as far as eyeshadow. So and it's only $3, so that was another selling point. This would be my one eyeshadow palette I would buy if I had to start from scratch for whatever reason. I'm gonna skip around because of my train of thought here, but that's not the only eyeshadow I have on my list. I don't have this with me. Some items I don't have, I'll kind of just post on the screen. But this is the e.l.f. Cosmetics No Budge Retractable Eyeliner in the shade Coffee, which is a dark brown. And this retails for $5 on the e.l.f. website. And I don't know if I've ever tried the eyeliner, like this specific formula of eyeliner from e.l.f. I've tried some of their other pencil eyeliners, but it's only $5, and I feel like there's so many other, this would be strictly a waterline eyeliner for me, because I wear eyeliner in my waterline every day, as you can see in this video and every other video I've ever posted. So I definitely would need one, and the only eyeliner that works decently is like a Pat McGrath one. Well, hers work really good, not just decent, but those are super expensive. And if I'm not being very picky, then I'll just take a $3 or $5 one. Honestly, a lot of high-end eyeliners for the waterline don't work too well at all, so I may as well get the cheaper one, you know? I would have liked to have a felt tip liner for like my top lid, but there was no room in the budget for that, so skipping that, and then also skipping the glitter primer, the NYX glitter primer that I love. For mascara, this is actually another one. There's someone outside my window. This is actually another one I've never tried, but I trust it enough because I've seen a lot of reviews, and this is the e.l.f. Big Moon Mascara, and I would get it in the shade Deep Brown because, I mean, I prefer dark brown mascara and eyeliner over black if I could only choose one. And even though I'm not gonna open this. This is the black one anyway. I don't own the brown one at the moment. Even though I've never tried this, the wand, if I can find a picture, I'll put it on the screen. The wand seems a lot like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara that I love. Oh, by the way, this one retails a full size. This is mini. A full size retails for $8, and I think my L'Oreal mascara that I love retails for about $11, but I'm currently not buying from L'Oreal, so I wanted to choose something else, and this seemed like the closest dupe that was inexpensive and from a slightly more ethical brand, in my opinion. Last for eyes, or I guess technically eyebrows, would be the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt in the shade Deep Brown, and I don't have mine. I just finished mine a few weeks ago actually, but this is something that I've repurchased, and I'm currently trying not to buy from Maybelline either, but I just like have no other brow product that is inexpensive that is actually good, in my opinion. I feel like even just for the price, this product is so good. It's like, for a tinted brow gel, for like color and hold and ease, because the wand is shaped for like really easy application, this is pretty much the best tinted brow gel on the market. So that's what I would get if I had a limited budget. For blush, I kind of went back and forth on this because I love blush so much, but ultimately, again, because of the budget, I decided that I would get an e.l.f. Putty Blush, and this one is not the one that I would get. I can't even remember which one this one is because they don't put the shade names on here. Oh, this is in Bali. Okay, The shade is right here, super tiny. This is in the shade Bali. This is the second one I've owned because the first one went bad after like a year. It smelled like crayons. This one still smells fine, but I'm kind of worried about it, so I need to start using it. Anyway, I would get the Luminous Putty Blush. This is a matte one. I'd get the Luminous Putty Blush in the shade Belize, which is a lot peachier and slightly orange, but not too orange. Because if this is going to be like, first of all, I love orange leaning peach blushes. I think they, even though I don't wear too much peach makeup, I think they really suit me, or I personally like how they look on me, especially for summer. So if I could only have one blush, that would definitely be the one I'm choosing. And I do prefer powder makeup, but I would say blush is the only product that I tend to prefer as a cream, because I always underpaint with my blush. Even if I am wearing powder blush, I usually wear cream underneath as well. I underpainted today. It's like my go-to, so having a cream blush, especially one that's luminous, so that I have a little bit more, you know, life in my face, would definitely be the one that I would pick. Concealer that I chose is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Radiant Cream Concealer in the shade Almond, which is medium 2. And I don't really purchase from Neutrogena anymore, just at all, unless it's one of my like necessary staple products. And I feel like this definitely is. This is one of the only concealers that has ever worked for me. I feel like finding a good concealer for me is really, really difficult because first of all, it's so hard to find your correct undertone, and this is the perfect undertone for me, especially in the summer. It's slightly peachy, but not too peachy, so it's very good for my dark circles. And it's just creamy enough to work for me, but not too much where it'll settle into my lines, because I've always had lots and lots of lines under my eyes ever since even I was in high school. So this is like one of my favorite concealers ever. My other one, my top favorite, is my LYS concealer, but that one is very expensive relative to this one. And that one also only dries down matte, whereas this one will stay slightly malleable, or you can set it to keep it matte all day. And that's very important to me for a reason I'll mention later. I just realized I forgot to say prices, so really quick, the Brow Fast Sculpt is $10. The Putty Blush is $7. This concealer is $14, and this Halo Glow is also $14. This is the I guess type of primer that I would choose, even though this doesn't really do anything for me as far as priming. What I like in a primer is mostly pore filling, sometimes a little bit of gripping, but really pore filling is the only one that's like really necessary for me. And this doesn't do that, of course, but I do like that if, spoiler alert, I don't have a setting spray. So this would add the glow that I want so that things aren't too matte. And then this is also just like a really easy product for me to throw on if I'm not using foundation, because it does have a little bit of tint to it. By the way, if you're looking for a dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter and you're the shade 4.5, get this one in the shade 4 medium, because it's literally an exact shade dupe. And this full size is $14 and the mini of that is $17. And I actually prefer this formula over the Hollywood Flawless filter. So if you're looking for a dupe, get this one. It's so much better and from a way better brand. The foundation that I would choose is also from e.l.f. Almost all of these products are e.l.f. because it's so inexpensive. And this is the Camo Powder Foundation in the shade light. No, I think it's medium. Medium 330W. This is $11, and this is what the powder looks like. It is a tad bit deep for me. I would say like this color would work for me when I'm at my very darkest. Honestly though, I don't really care, because if I'm desperate to keep a budget, I'll just go with this and I'll grow into the tan, you know? But yeah, I always want to have a powder foundation at all times. Liquid is fine, but I feel like I could definitely live without liquid foundation. Powder foundation is where it's at, so this is the one I would get. I will say my all-time favorite powder foundation is a L'Oreal True Match, but like I said, I'm not buying from L'Oreal at the moment. And now we're just down to lips. So the first, I only have 2 lip products. I really narrowed it down. The first lip product I would buy is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in the shade Whiskey Business, which is not this. This is actually one that I was decluttering and I just haven't thrown it out yet. It's Black Cherry, but Whiskey Business, which is like a warm medium brown, which I think, and it's like a creamy satin lipstick, so I think that would be perfect for summer. And I just love that name, Whiskey Business. Super Lustrous lipsticks retail for $10.50. And the second lip product that I would buy is $3, which is the e.l.f. lip lacquer. Not this shade, this is Mauve Glitz, which, by the way, you're seeing a spoiler for my deck of panning, which is coming to you in a few days. But I would buy the shade Love Bite, which is their medium brown, and I've never tried it, but just from the swatches it looks so pretty. It looks like the exact type of shade I would like. And just to have like a universal brown gloss, I think that one would be the perfect one, especially for being so affordable at $3. And I know that I like the formula, so that's the one I would get. As I said, I did skip one product, which was an eyeshadow. So everything that you've seen here, other than a few items like, you know, bronzer, contour, glitter primer, and probably some other stuff like an extensive brow routine, felt eyeliner. Other than that, I have like a full heavy face of makeup, but sometimes in summer you're just like too hot to be wearing all that makeup and you're not even doing anything too important, so you want just some chill makeup so that you don't look super tired and weird. So what I always do whenever I'm just trying to run out the door on a super hot summer day is I do my like bare bones summer makeup, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, which is why I chose this to double up as a primer and as just my base makeup on these super light days. I'll start with this, just put it all over my face in a light layer, so it adds like just a tiny bit of evening out, and then it adds a glow, but it's not like super metallic glowy like the Charlotte Tilbury one can look like sometimes. This one is just like naturally glowy. So I start with this, and then I put on what is my last product that I'm mentioning, my e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Rose Gold, which looks like this. I've used it so much that it's broken from the base and it's wobbly in here. This is what it looks like. This is just super sheer, but it's the most beautiful just wash of like pink sparkle on your eyelids, and because it's so sheer it works universally. So I highly recommend this product, especially in this shade. But I put this on, then I put on some mascara, I put on a bit of cream blush, and I'll put on like a lip gloss or something, so I could put on my like what is this called, lip lacquer, and head out the door. So that's my like summer makeup. No foundation, no eyeliner usually. I almost forgot to mention the last step of that summer makeup routine is my Neutrogena concealer. I don't set this with powder when I use it just for running out the door. I just put a tiny layer of it, like dab it out with my fingers, and then I'm ready to go. And then throughout the day, because this never really sets entirely, I can I don't know what that noise was, but I can still kind of like, you know, tap it back in if it starts to crease a little bit. So this is really, these 5 products is like my go-to summer look when it's a super hot summer day and I'm just trying to be casual, and then the rest is for, you know, the full glam. Yeah, that's it for my summer autumn makeup looks, both like the super casual ones and the full face. That's what I would buy if I had to restart my collection from scratch and only had $100.50. But let me know what you would repurchase, because I genuinely am interested to know what like your go-to staple products are. If this happened to you, would you even keep it within $100? Are you on a budget? My next video will be my deck of panning update, so stay tuned for that if you're interested in that project. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you there hopefully. Bye.